Oh yeah, the boys are back in town. I'm back in my normal spot, as you can see here, with this great artwork. Some pedophile artwork. Just kidding.
Whoa, whoa,
Says Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson picture up, but yeah, man, we had a mini card going into this semi-janky for a lot of people. UFC 301 here. Is going to be interesting coming off of UFC 300, where it's been crazy fire.
It's funny you don't even got the Michael Jackson picture up.
Oh, I don't, but it's right here.
Oh, that's on the bottom. Yep.
Yeah. It stays on the bottoms.
Had to clarify.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, man, let me see if this shit will load. Sorry, my computer's a little acting up. I'm trying to get our notes from last week. See what we got here.
Well, I already know what's his name fucked it up for me. Ryan Spann.
Hey, fucked it up for me too, bro. And he had a good moments in the first round. He won the first round. He could have subbed him. I thought he was subbing him. Yeah, he got gassed out. Once he started getting hit, he was getting dazed and confused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hold on.
And then of course Nicolau fucked it up too. Perez
looked good.
Left him.
Hey, Perez looked aggressive, looked good. Nicolau looked lost in there. I guess the layoff for him was even worse than at least Perez had a reps in his last fight, and then kind of got that under his belt.
Yeah.
So shout outs to Perez. But here, let me kind of go over our results. Nesto here with a nice week, positive here, 2-2, plus 0.6 units. The ones you got right here were Medic and Denise at minus 120 in the parlay. So we got a unit there. And a underdog, David Onama at plus 160. So that was fire there. Onama's nice. Pieced him up. And then was able to grapple too. That was the thing. Like, he was able to get out of the grappling positions. Every time he got his back took, he was able to turn and get a switch position, reverse it, which a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
So shout outs to him.
He's hella athletic. That's why too.
Real contender. And then his cardio was amazing. He was like not gassed through grappling, all that stuff. The ones you did get wrong, Hissy, were a combination here of Henry won, but then Machado lost. It was a close fight though, and then
and he was like a minus 400 favorite too, right?
No, Machado was like a minus like 125 or something like that. But Henry was a minus 400 or 500.
Yeah. But there was one that was like a minus 300 or something. He got upsetted, right? To the bro. What was his name? With the braids, did you?
The Mexican black dude.
Yo.
Yeah. The
long top was like a minus 300, right? Something like that.
Minus 400. Damn near 450 even at one point. Yeah. That was a big disappointment for that guy. But the other homie, he was getting pieced up, but then he got to the ground. He was able to get his back and choke it up quick.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was quick as fuck. So shout outs to that guy. He's on the up, took the fight short notice, still dominated that shit. So shout outs to him. For me, not so hot week. Tough week for me, man. 1-3, minus 4.1 units. The only one I got right was Karine Silva. That one was a nice, easy win at minus 150. The ones I got wrong here is Nicolau, minus 185, and then obviously Ryan Spann, minus 200. Nicolau was just a bad look. That one was just horrendous. Nicolau had no chance in there. He doesn't even look like he should have been in there. And then Ryan Spann was good on that first round like we were talking about, man. And it looked like, okay, every fight of Ryan Spann, you're like, okay, this is the fight that he's going to bounce back because he does have the size, the athleticism, the ground game, okay striking, and the reach. But, yeah, once he started getting pieced up, he was stanky legging all over the place. So shout outs to Guskov, a.k.a. Anthony Smith 2.0. But, yeah, moving forward here, we got to just move forward. We got a lot of fights left in the year, and we're picking back up here. We got this lukewarm pay-per-view here, UFC 301 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, still at regular time, early prelims, 3 p.m. Pacific. The main card, I believe, is at 7 p.m. Pacific. So we're not doing some weird times. So that means the people in Brazil are watching this shit like hella late because they're like about 5 hours ahead, I believe. So crazy.
Look what they're doing to the London people.
Yeah, everyone's just out hella late and shit. I mean, people like that, I guess. But I mean, there are some decent fights on the card, man. So I mean, it's a pay-per-view at the end of the day. It's just hard to come off of 300 and then go that. But let's hit it off right here. We're starting the first banger of the night. Alexandro Costa against Kevin Borjas from Peru. Man, this is an interesting fight here. We got Alexandro Costa, no. He's a slight favorite, minus 140 or so. And then Borjas, El Gallo Negro. Hey, that's the black cock, right? Is that what it just means? It's like a rooster, right?
Yeah, you can say a rooster, chick, yo.
I'm just going to call him the black cock. All right. And he's the slight underdog at plus 115 here. Going into it, Alessandro Costa is a dog, man. 13-4, solid ground game, power punches. He is off a one-fight losing streak, and he's never been submitted in his career. He lost to Steve Erceg by decision, who is the main event. Yeah, potential champ. And then he beat Jimmy Flick and then lost to Amir Albazi before that. So he's only had 3 fights in the UFC. I think this is a good spot for him, man. I know Borjas is a beast for a lot of people because he's 9-2. You know, Peru's on the up a little bit. He did lose his last fight to Joshua Van, who we're pretty high on. Joshua Van, Yellow Excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Myanmar.
Yeah, exactly. And even though he looks Filipino, no racial. But yeah, I think that's I like Joshua Van, but at the same time, it's like this guy's Borjas is a striker, and he wasn't able to get the job done. Here, you're going to go against going to Brazil. I know it's still South America, so it's not like a far travel or anything for him. But I just like Costa. I think striking, Costa can keep up, and I think once he gets to the ground, there's going to be no competition here with Costa. So I'm definitely going Costa as well. Minus 140. I think it's cheap. Who do you like, man?
The same.
Costa, yeah. A lot of Brazilians. I mean, there's going to be. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I would just bet all Brazilians this fight.
Yeah, I mean, someone's going to shit the bed, but we don't know who. You know, hopefully not this. Oh yeah, maybe. Hopefully not this next fight though. We got one of the Bonfim brothers, Ismael Bonfim, against Vince from Hell Pichel. Man,
Vince Pichel, one of them. You know, he's one of them blue collar fighters. You know what I'm saying? Real blue collar work. Bonfim, he's like he'd be flashy, but I don't know. The Bonfim brothers been showing that they kind of phony, so. There's always value in like a dog like this because that's the thing about Vince Pichel. He's going to bring the fight to Israel. But the thing is, the Bonfim guys, they always have that, you know, they have that it factor sometimes where they could finish you with some shit, like some crazy shit. So I'm going to have to go with the Bonfimer.
Yeah, man. I think obviously when it comes to just the comparison, I'm going Bonfim too, but he's a huge favorite. Minus 400, minus 450, something in that range. So I do see a lot of people, you know, with the value on Vince, because he is, like you said, he's going to bring the fight. He actually is a pretty good grappler. So as far as like getting into the ground, I think he could try to get himself kind of safe from Bonfim and his BJJ, but Bonfim's going to want to strike as well. So standing up, you know, Pichel got hands. He got more power, you know, if anything. But the problem, 41 years old. That's pretty damn old, man. Ooh. Once you pass the 40, that's pretty tough. And then most recently, I mean, he hasn't fought since 2022, and he lost to Mark Madsen, who's a pure wrestler, nothing else, you know? And so it's like kind of a red flag. And the last person he beat was 2021 Austin Hubbard,
who just won last week. Yeah, who just won, right?
In his second stint of the UFC. So, I mean, and they beat Jim Miller, you know, so decent guys. Roosevelt Roberts, another guy that was on the show, Ultimate Fighter for the vets with Austin Hubbard. So, yeah, it's hard for me to pick Vince to win, but I don't blame nobody for taking like a dog shot at plus 350 or whatever it is.
Maybe the over. What's the over?
Yeah, let me check for you. I'm gonna pull this bitch up. Yeah, the over might be good because they're both pretty durable. You would think, right? Pull it up and pull it out.
Hey.
There we go. Man, why don't they put this shit in order, bro? Okay, we got under over 1.5 rounds, minus 250 to the over. That means, hey, I kind of like the over 1.5, but minus 250, it might be a parlay piece, you know. Can't just really bet that one straight, but I like that look as well. But let's take a look at this motherfucker here real quick before we move on. 19-4, like you said, hyped up prospect. Maheta, he's supposed to be the hammer. And he's never been knocked out before. He has been choked out multiple times. But look at the people he's fought, bro. Benoit Saint Denis, he lost to first round real quick.
Not bad at loss.
Yeah, Terrence McKinney, I mean, is more like a do or die fighter. Pretty decent grappling and also powerful striking. So it's not terrible. But like you said, I mean, there are some red flags to this, specifically this brother too, compared to the other brother. But I'm with you for the pick. I'm still going Bonfim if you want to be greasy about it. Pachel's up to plus 400 right now on Bet Online, and Bonfim's minus 550.
Damn.
Yeah. At that point, I mean, plus 400 is a little juicy. You might, I feel it. Or by KO. Let me check the KO prop real quick.
I don't see it.
Vince Pachel by KO is plus 550. It's possible, but I like the over though for sure. Next up here, we got losses. Oh yeah, we got some horny fights for you. We got Dione Barbosa against Ernesta Karakate.
And her parents don't like her. Oh yeah, I remember I betted on her against. I bet on her on the contender series just because her name was Ernesta.
Yeah, she did win by split decision.
Yeah, I thought she lost. So I was like, oh, we lost. And then she won. So I was like, hey.
Hey, the decision. Speaking about decision, good to bring that. Hey, there was a couple of decisions last card that was extra sketchy to me, bro. Like, who was it? I mean, most cards were, but last week there was a couple of ones that made me really kind of like think like, wow, is that for real? Like, no way that person won. You got to watch out for this judging. Some people think the judging in Brazil might be corrupt. So just be on the lookout for that, Just keep an eye out. But yeah, this chick's 5-0, Ernesta here, a.k.a. heavy-handed, very tall, 25 years old, 5'9", striker, pure striker. She's not really a grappler. She has a swimming background, So her mom's a swim coach is what I learned.
Correct.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's new to the game. She's really – it's tough for me because she's the underdog, and I think there may be some value, but winning by split decision in that manner when, like you said, it seems like she lost the fight even.
I thought she
could
lost,
be rough.
But I was juiced because I bet on her. So
yeah, Barbosa's minus 195 right now, and Ernesta's plus 170.
I keep thinking you're calling my name when you say that.
Yeah. Hey, this lady, the witch.
I gotta go with the Brazil.
Diane Barbosa, pure grappler, 31 years old. She's never knocked anybody out, but she's a submission artist. So let's see, last time she fought was in the contender series with the armbar in the first round. So she was a favorite, I believe. Let me double check here. Yeah, she was minus 300 in the contender series or so. So she should have won. I mean, once it gets to the ground, I think the other chick has no shot. Like, it's going to be finished. Yeah, I'm with you as well. Barbosa by under 2.5 is at plus 160. That could be a decent look at. Barbosa by submission is a plus 215. That might be something that's interesting as well. I was trying to see if I could, find some value in Ernesta, but just seeing the matchup, it's just tough unless she like pieces the other lady up. But I don't even know if she has like the knockout ability, even though her name's heavy-handed. So that's what's holding me off of the dog there. So I'm going with the favorite. Next up, we got Mauricio Huffy against Jamie Malarkey. Stop the malarkey.
Cut the malarkey.
Right. We got Ruffy at minus 165, or as the Brazilians like to call it, Huffy. And then we got Jamie Malarkey as around plus 140 or so right now. Let me see what it is. It's moved. Ruffy's minus 170. Malarkey's plus 150 on Bet Online. So it's Ruffy, if you remember him, he's the knockout guy from Contender Series. A lot of Contender Series Brazilians, purely knockout guy. He's knocked out pretty much everyone he's fought, and even in a loss, he's got knocked out. So, but he doesn't have a ton of experience, only Contender Series fight. Whereas Jamie Malarkey's been here for a minute, 17-7, still only 29 years old, and he's lost to Hasrat Hasparat or whatever, and then he only beat John McDessie. So but he's had tons of UFC fights at this point. So he's fought some decent competition, he's beat some decent guys. So, but the only thing in question, like everyone's going to be in question of, is Jamie's chin.
Yeah.
You know, is he going to be handling this power puncher? Because if not, it's fucked. So, yeah, I'm not betting on this one, but I like Ruffy here. I know it's a favorite, but Ruffy by knockout even is minus 130. That's not even that good of a price.
Yeah, for real.
So, yeah, I'm going Huffy, but I don't like this fight as far as betting goes.
Same. Malarkey is all about, like you say, his chin be kind of suspect, and then he just lost to Nasfrak. I don't know.
Exactly.
He got the experience, so we'll see.
Skills wise, I wouldn't be surprised if he won, right? Because he should
does
have a lot of skills.
It's like he should win. If he doesn't get slept, like you should win.
But exactly. But that's a big if.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna see if I can talk myself into a dog. But for now, I'm picking Ruffy. Next up, here's a banger fight, kind of. We got Joaquim Silva versus Drakkar Klose. Silva here, underdog, about plus 160, Klose minus 190. Looks like some money's coming in on Silva. He's about plus 135 or so now. Drakkar Klose minus 155. So I agree with that, man. I like Joaquim Silva. I know Klose has gotten a little better in his last few fights, and he's a big prospect. Well, I guess it's hard to say prospect now because he's 36. But he was hyped up at the beginning of his career as a prospect. And 14-2, but he's 36, man. I didn't realize that. He's beat Joe Selecki by body slam. And before that, he beat, Rafa Garcia. He's kind of a well-rounded guy. He's only lost to Dariush. And then
I was at that fight.
The Dariush one? Yeah.
He got slept. That shit was crazy.
By Benny, bro. Like, come on. But we got Joaquim Silva here, also about 35 years old, well-rounded, obviously BJJ, but he can strike. He throws power. He beat Clay Guida, lost to Arman Sarukian. So this guy's fought decent people. The only red flags are back in 2019 and 2021. Ricky Glenn getting knocked out by him. Well, hooks.
Nasrak.
And Hazrak, but he survived Vince Pichel, even though he lost, but he lost by decision. I mean, for me, I'm going with the dog here. I think both guys have red flags and are sus in their points. I mean, technical fighter, probably Drakkar Klose is a better technical fighter, but technically he sucks. So I'm going Silva. I like the dog money on here. I'm probably gonna fire it after this little meeting we're having here. So shout out to Silva. I think it's gonna be also him at home in Brazil. It's gonna be just more fans, more hype. People are gonna be yelling for his name, so I think the value is definitely there.
There's value in him, but I think I'm gonna go with Klose.
He could grapple his way to do it. He could grind it out too. That's the kind of his style. Next up, we got Gene Silva, 12-2 against William Gomis from France, 13-2. But Gene Silva, man, he's 27, looks young, looks 40 though. He's young but looks old. Knockout guy, submission guy, basically a finisher, never been finished. But the people he's fought are not very good. Look at, he got Weston Wilson. This is the only UFC fight he's gotten. Finished him in the first round. And then he had the Contender Series fight as well, where he was actually the underdog in the Contender Series fight and won. So, people might have miscalculated him. But against Weston Wilson, he was like a minus 1,000, minus 900. So, but William Gomis, here's a tough puzzle, bro. Gomis, I mean, he looks sharp, but this ain't a Moulin Rouge dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care what you look like. He has the technical ability of striking. He's young, 26, so he has room for improvement. And he's on an 11-fight win streak, bro. I don't think he's finished anyone in the UFC. Oh, he finished Gamora by body kicks in the third round, but before that, split by Francis Marshall. I mean, dude, the only thing that got me tripping on this is the odds. Silva is minus 140 right now, and Gomis is plus 120. So Gomis is the underdog, which kind of gets me tripping. But what do you think about this?
It's a close fight. Gomis, he's like a little like technical guy, kind of boring, kind of French. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up for this. I'm gonna go back on the Brazil train. I'm gonna go back with Silva. What's his record though? Go down to Gomez in the UFC. He's 3-0.
In the UFC, he is 3-0.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
So, I mean, he's a technical guy. I think if it goes 3 rounds, technically he probably should win
I can
by
see
points.
I can see him getting a boring fight, but I'm gonna just go with the Brazilian just because.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Gene Silva as well. I liked him obviously better when he was a better odds, but still, I just think he's also the real deal. He could handle his striking's not terrible, so he could try to keep up, and he throws power punches, and then if it gets to the ground, I mean, without even looking any deeper into it, when you put a Frenchman against a Brazilian and it goes to the ground, most likely I'm going to go with the Brazilian guy. So yeah, I'm going Gene Silva as well. I know we lost some value because he actually opened up as a small dog, like plus 110 or so, and now he's minus like 140 or 60. So at 140, I like it. I like it.
I like it.
I like what Dave likes. Next up, we're moving through here, heating up. Oh, this might be a banger here. Elvis Brenner against Makitabek Orobal.
I'm going.
Let's start with this
Orobal
guy. He looks like
he looked like one of the first humans ever.
Yeah, like people how they look like back in the caveman days.
Yeah, but he trains out of. I think he trains out of. I think he'd be training with Max Griffin. So, I mean, he's he be out here in the NorCal. You feel me?
Oh, really?
And the way his last fight, bro, he took that shit short notice and he beat the brakes off of Uros Medic.
Yeah, neck cranked his ass in the second round.
I feel like he's gonna do the same here to this Brazilian guy. Which your name is? Your name is Elvis. No,
Elvis Brenner. Here's the one part that gets me a little hesitant, but I do like Orobal as well. He's minus 270 right now. Huge favorite. That's a little tough because Elvis Brenner ain't no joke. Like, I still like Orobal, but yeah, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if Orobal is the one that also fucks up the parlays out there. But I have him in a parlay.
Who's Brenner's last fight?
Elvis Brenner, man, 16-3. He doesn't look sexy, but he got the ground game, crazy submission game.
3-0 UFC. It's gonna be with what's his name too? That's Charles Oliveira's homie.
Yeah, look at the people he's beat. I mean, Kruszewski is all right. He was a favorite, so he should have beat that one. But look at this one. He was a big underdog, plus 475 against Guram Kutaladze, and he finished him. And then Tuhugov, he won by split, also as a plus 470 underdog. You see, so that does make me kind of hesitant. But like you said, the size from the guy might be the same height, but he just looks like a bigger guy.
I just think the style too. Because it's literally like he beat Medic with a fucking neck crank, you know what I'm saying? That's just only done by like pure strength. You feel me? There's like no technique to that or nothing. You're just So I feel like, but then like you said, this guy Brenner has the flash and everything. He's that shoot box, that Oliveira style. So he always had a chance. But I feel like this guy's style is like the perfect shit to nullify that.
Yeah, and Orobal seems to be well rounded too. Like he could grapple, he could strike. He's strong, powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be a banger for sure. So I did fire on him already with a parlay here with one of the main events. So you guys could already assume, but I will be clenching ass cheeks on that one probably.
Sure.
Next up, some more horny fights. We got the old lady here, Karolina Kowalkiewicz.
The vintage.
Yeah, she's 38 years old, man. She had a little resurgence. She's had a 4-fight win streak after a 5-fight losing streak.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but look at the people she's beating though, like by decision. She can't barely finish. Belbita, Demopoulos, Gomez Juarez. Like to me, these aren't top-notch names. Felice Herrig retirement fight, who she beat twice, by the way.
I mean, she's older, but at least like in those fights, she was like underdogs. Like I feel like I came up on all those fights. I think she's gonna take an L here. The Lucindo's a beast, and it's only right.
Lucindo 15-5. Also they're both 5'3". She's a younger, new prospect, knockout artist. Could also submit people, but she's beat Poliana Rihanna, and the only loss she's had in the UFC was against Yasmin Uruguay, which is a beast prospect. So And here's the red flag too. She didn't finish Brogan Walker. And I know Brogan Walker is, I guess, durable in a sense at this weight class. But Brogan might be my least favorite female fighter in all of. I don't know if she made the UFC, but just from the contenders here, or not the contenders, Ultimate Fighter, and all that. Like Brogan's just not hit to me. Like that's it. She's from Guam. It's out. Like, nah. But yeah, like I'm with you here. I've been firing on Carolina the last few fights, which has done me well. But I think this is where the streak ends here. I think Lucindo's gonna just take it over. Probably gonna either knock her out or win by decision. But yeah, I mean the odds say so. Lucindo's minus 425 right now. And Carolina is like plus 355. So the odds are a little crazy, but Lucindo, greasy parlay. I know we don't like putting big favors for women fights, but I think that's just the way to go here.
That's just the way to go.
And then, okay, here's a banger fight and possibly one of my best bets as well. We got Joe Anderson Brito against Jack Shore. Anderson Brito, slight favorite, about minus 165.
Jack Shore.
Yeah, and then Jack Shore's what is it, plus 140 or so. Who do you like in this one, man?
Yeah, I gotta go with Brito. He's a savage. He fights crazy, but he's only 5'6".
Mm-hmm.
He got some inches, but yeah, he got them. The football will be fighting crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Joe Anderson Brito.
Now they're both 5'8". So we're good. But he looks short. I know what you mean, because when I first looked at it, I was like, no way he's 5'8" and the other guy's 5'8". I feel like he's hella short, But yeah, I'm with you here. There's been a little money on Jack Shore at plus money, which I kind of understand because I like Jack Shore. Usually his fights in the early years have been like, he's been huge favorites. So a lot of times people find value in it now. And he's only 17-1. He's only lost one time because he's a grinder, He's not going to necessarily finish you all the time, but he's going to grapple. He's going to grind it out. So if you don't got the cardio, you might be in trouble. The only loss he's had to Ricky Simone by choke, arm triangle choke. But Joe Anderson Brito, man, that boy is well-rounded. He throwing power. He could do submissions. We're in Brazil. He's 29, looking like he's 49. This fool's just, it looks like he's the muscle of the gang, the favelas. You go to favelas, this fool about to check you for real. Like you got to check in with this fool, when you go up there. So he's real, 4-fight win streak. It's crazy. He's 29 or 28 years old or something like that. That's crazy. But yeah, he's beat Jonathan Pierce by finish, Weston Wilson, Andre Feely. He's only lost to Bill Algeo by decision back when that was his first fight in the UFC. And that we see that happen all the time. But since then, he's been finishing full. So yeah, I like Brito here. Brito minus 140, minus 150, minus 160, all good up to minus 180. I also like maybe inside the distance. I don't know, man. This guy's a real deal. So, but I like Brito, the price the way it is, man. One of my best bets for sure. Joe Anderson, Brito. All right, next up. Okay, we got the OG, Paul Craig.
Paul Craig.
Yeah, going 17-7 going against Kyle Barajo, 15-5. Kyle is a big favorite here, man, which is it makes sense. I understand, right? No one's rushing to bet Paul Craig, you know what I'm saying, at this stage, but he's a dog. He's a beast. But Kyle's minus 550 right now. Paul Craig's plus 400. Crazy. I understand there's going to be some people taking that shot because Paul Craig's always live. You're going to have to knock him out to finish him. He's not going to just give up. And he's always live from the bottom for a submission, as we've seen. He's beat Jamal Hill, broke his arm. So, yeah, but I like Kyle here.
The Fighting Nerds, Kyle Barajo. What's his name? What's his name? His last name?
Oh, Kyle Barajo.
Yeah. These fools that's their shit is grappling. So I feel Paul Craig ain't gonna be able to sub him.
Yeah. He's not. Do you think that's going to fall into Paul Craig's play style, though? I did talk to some people that are taking a shot on Paul Craig. Not me, but they're like, oh, well, if they start grappling, that's kind of playing into Paul Craig's strength. Whereas if it stays standing, then it's different.
Yeah, but I feel like Nah, but this guy Kyle Bararo, his ground game is like hella top tier, and then he got the youth and the skill. I feel like
Yeah.
it's gonna just get him.
His striking's not bad either. And
It's coming along, but like he's gonna be able to like nullify. I feel like Paul Craig's game,
yeah, and Paul Craig's not a good striker either, so it's like
and
that's
he's
okay.
old.
Yeah, and the people he's fought are pretty decent. Look at who he beat: Petrosian, Murdov, Olajacek, Abus Magomedov. These are like decent names. They're not the top tier, but they're pretty decent, and he's kind of proven himself already. So I know it's a crazy price tag. Put in your greasy parlays. I know y'all hate it, but
Yeah, I'm picking up a greasy one.
Here's another one. Here's another thing about this guy. You mentioned he was part of the nerds or whatever. His IQ is actually good. Like as far as fighting IQ is also good. So he doesn't like to put himself in bad positions. He's always thinking ahead on his next move. His chain grappling is pretty good because he's always putting like best position before submission.
That's why sometimes his fights are like kind of boring because he won't like take a risk and shit like that. But he's smart. He's winning. He only has one loss. Feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then moving into this another banger, possibly banger fight, maybe one-sided banger fight. We got Michel Pereira taking this fight. I mean, it's quick. I think the last fight he had, let me go back here, was a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he finished Michael Olajacek in March 9th. So about 6 to 8 weeks ago, maybe less than 8 weeks ago, so 6 to 7 weeks ago. Which is insane, short notice, but he didn't get damaged on that. And then we got your boy Ihor Pateria, who always somehow manages to get a fight. But yeah, he's taking this short notice, I believe. He's still young. I mean, he could throw some power in there, but he's not top tier material at all. I mean, he's only beaten, Brizek and Shogun Rua in 2023. Like, nah, bro. You lost to Bellato, you lost to Olberg. No, you're not being a champion.
A lot of people ain't fucking with Pereira, man. So I don't think he ain't either.
Dude, Pereira, the new Pereira is different, bro. This is not the same Pereira.
Ever since he stopped doing back,
Tristan.
But then remember his last fight, he came out dancing and shit too. Remember he did that that dancing shit. So
I mean, he's not gonna let that one go.
No, but his recent one, remember where he put.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna let it go. Like he's not gonna stop dancing though.
No, yeah.
Doing that's the intro.
Thing. With him is always something in like what's the deal with his shit. So, but until he gets beat, he's gonna keep doing it. Yeah, he's been looking like a beast. I don't really see that many people at 185 that can fuck with him. I think him and Olberg would be a good fight.
Yeah. And he looks way better at 185. Remember, he was trying to cut down to 170, and he was draining himself because he's a muscle man,
Yeah.
So, and look at when he lost those fights. It was back in 2019 and 2020. Diego Sanchez and Tristan Connolly.
And that was Diego gave up. He didn't want it, but rightfully so. What's his name did hit him with an illegal shot. And then the Connolly one, he just got gassed out.
That was the one he got infamous for doing flips and doing cage dancing and stuff during the fight and then losing. So I think he kind of learned, and I believe he switched gyms since then. So, and then this is gonna be in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be extra dancing, bro. He's gonna be doing that funk dancing. He's gonna be doing capoeira. He's gonna be doing all that shit. So, and he's a big favorite. So, I mean, needless to say, I'm going with my boy here, Michel Pereira. No relation to Alex Pereira, but damn, he's all the way up to minus 600. That's crazy. He's about minus 400, 450, which was already a lot, but I put him in a parlay at that point. But yeah, at this point, it's only minus 600, and then or nothing for me. And then I also like, what is it, Pereira inside the distance? What is that? Damn, even the minus 3.5 is minus 350, bro. Inside the distance is minus 285. God damn. You guys are crazy. Yeah, let's just greasy parlay this thing and call it a day and cheer for Michelle. Next up, hopefully another banger fight here. Oh, no, we stand corrected. We got your boy Guskov. Just kidding. Anthony Smith against Victor Petrino, man. Anthony Smith keeps fighting. I know, Lionheart is all good, but he's kind of fell off a little bit. He has the experience, all the IQ, but sometimes he doesn't use it. Petrino's minus 550 right now, though. Anthony Smith plus 400. This is greasy alley, bro. This is like you got a new fleshlight and you just bought a Costco size of lube and you're greasing it up real nice. Like, this is the vibe that's on. Petrino, I mean, who what's not to love? Look at this man. Pause. But he got the look, he got the size, he got the physique, he got the striking, he got a little bit of grappling, not a ton, but he's 26. I mean, he's got it, bro. He's beaten Tyson Pedro, Modestus Bukauskas. So he has his experience already. 4 fights in the UFC. I just think it's easy money for him. I mean, Anthony Smith is a dog and always fights, but he's 35, but he's like 45 in fighting age, damn near. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Smith is long in the tooth. This might just be like, what's a Petrino by knockout or TKO?
Let's see. That's a good question. Petrino by knockout is plus 115. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think, especially the way the way he got knocked out by Roundtree.
Khalil? Yeah.
That was pretty bad. Even though he doesn't get finished like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's only been finished by
Roundtree. Because look, even Glover beat the shit out of him, but he never got finished. Remember, he lost his teeth.
Yeah, and he lost to Ankalaev by knockout, but that was back in 2022. Yeah. Before that, yeah, like you said, Glover back in 2020. So it is a clincher, but at these odds, I feel you though. I think the value might be there. I hate doing props a lot of times because if you don't get it right exactly and your fighter still wins. So Petrino, greasy parlay, but if you guys aren't into greasy parlays, I agree with you, man. It's going to be Petrino by knockout most likely. I don't think it's going to be by submission. Petrino's a striker, and Anthony Lionheart wants it to go to the ground. Like he don't want to just stand and strike with Petrino at distance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. I might fire that. I like that look. And then next up here, we got the return. The King of Rio.
The King of Rio.
Jose Aldo, man. These Brazilian fighters, man, they look way older than they
Aldo.
are.
Well, this is another guy he's what, 30 what now?
Oh yeah, Aldo. He's 37, but he's like 47.
37, but he's literally like 50. But return to MMA. I forgot how many boxing matches he did, but he lost.
He did 1, 2, 3 boxing matches,
and he lost the last one too. It was just Jeremy Stevens, right?
Nah, it was a draw against Jeremy Stevens, and he won the other 2.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Jonathan Martinez, he's a young killer on the way up. Hasn't lost in hella long. It's gonna see, man. Is Aldo still got some left in him? Yeah, I don't know. This is a close. I think it should be Jonathan Martinez, only just because it's Jose Aldo, and just because I've been fucking with him for so long, so I got like some love for him. But I don't think I would throw this in a parlay for sure. This one's sketch.
No, definitely not. They opened this fight at Pick'em's originally, and it got steamed already. Jonathan Martinez is now minus 160, minus 170, and Aldo's like plus 140, 150. So at that point, it changes my perception because at Pick'em's, you got to go with the younger guy, Martinez, and he's been pretty impressive in the last few fights he's had. He's improved a lot, in every single fight. To beat Yanez by leg kick, Nurmagomedov. These are good wins, man. So I got to go with him. I think, as much as it pains me, because I really wanted to make a case for Aldo as a dog, because he always going to fight for your money, and he doesn't get finished a lot. But to take a couple years off, be retired, try to come back just because it's in Brazil. He has been boxing, so I'm sure he's in good physical shape. And and that's the problem, though. I feel like now that he's boxing, it's like he's always been a striker, but he's going to fall in love with it even more. And it's kind of going to fall into some Martinez's play, a little bit. And so I think that's why, I got to go with Martinez, but I haven't bet on anything here. Some people like the over, 2.5, minus 260 as a parlay piece. But yeah, Martinez the dragon as well. I hate to say it. And then here we go. Main fight for the flyweight championship. Interesting choice of opponent here for Pantoja. But we got Pantoja versus Steve Erceg, bro. It's going to be interesting because the odds do have the champion rightfully favorited, but pretty big favorited, bro. He's minus Oh, wow. He's down to minus 188 now. But originally he was up to minus 230, 240 at one point, and Erceg was a bigger dog. Now he's plus 163. So it looks like his money's been steaming in on Erceg as a dog. What do you think about that, bro? That's interesting.
Didn't like this fight when it was announced. I just feel like, he got one fight where it was like, it was a cool fight, but how do you win? He
By
finished
knockout, he knocked
against
Matt
Mr.
Schnell
Matt
out.
Schnell. No, yeah, and they were chunking him. I remember.
It was
They
that
were
nasty
chunking.
one.
They were chunking him for a little bit. I think just Pantoja's on just a too good of a rise right now. The Erceg's a good striker, but I think Pantoja's just gonna do what he did to Raw Dog, and you know what I'm saying, just try to grapple him and maybe beat him up. Also, it's in Brazil, main event. I think it's gonna be a big statement for Pantoja Alexandre.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I know there's money on Erceg, and I understand like he might be underrated the way he looks.
I mean, yeah, he looked like little Ben Stiller or some shit, but like, yeah, just to get a title shot fighting Matt Schnell is like, come on, bro. So we'll see. He's gonna have to show me, you know what I mean? So until then, I'm just gonna be denying him until like unless he fights his balls off, you know what I'm saying, against Pantoja. But yeah, I think Pantoja got it, bro. He's
I mean,
elevating
if he finishes
right now.
Pantoja, he deserves it.
Oh yeah, if he finishes it, then he's gonna be like, okay, he was there for a reason. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't like that. But yeah, show me.
I'm with you too, and I know you guys are like, oh well, you guys are picking favorites, but it's like this card, man, is juicy. With the Brazilians mostly, so it's like it's hard to deny some of these moves. Yeah, so I'm going Pantoja as well.
I know, and this card's kind of like it's like they were waiting for like a bigger fight, but it just couldn't happen. Like even what's his name said he wanted to headline this, Alexander Pereira, excuse me.
Oh yeah, he wanted to get in again, but good thing he didn't. I mean, it would have been good for the fans, but for him, it's probably tough.
Yeah.
With the weight cuts and all that. But yeah, Pantoja, I think obviously on the ground, he's going to be way superior. I mean, he's proven time and time again, he's nasty on the ground. And then when it comes to the striking, I know he might not have the advantage, but he's held his own on the striking against all the guys that he's fought, right? Even Moreno especially. So it's like, obviously, I think the only way he gets maybe even loses is by getting caught. But like he's been pretty durable, Pantoja. So I think he could take a little bit of a beating and still be live at all times, right? So I'm with that. He's going to be at home too. And I think it's now that it's under minus 200, it's almost like a little deal. I think it's a deal here at minus 188. So I might have to go that route. I know a lot of people on Erceg though. So, but like you said, same thing, right? You got to kind of prove it to me more than Matt Schnell finish and then Alexander Costa and David Dvorak decisions. You know what I'm saying? But you can only fight whoever's in front of you. I get it, but that's just really what it is. So I'm going that route as well. I might have to make my best bet at this fucking price here. But that moves us to the next part here. You're going to continue your streak, and I need a little bounce back here. What do we got for the people here?
Well, I'm going to go. I had a greaser of the greasy of the greasiest. I'm gonna do what's this fool's name? Damn it, forgot it. Oh yeah, Orobai. Lasman Lucindo. Lasman Lucindo. GameCube, Nintendo. Brito. Borhau. Pereira. And Pantoja.
That's a big one. That's a six fighter. Greasy.
6 greaser though. It's a Bellator pick. It's a Bellator parlay.
What else we got for him?
Oh yeah. And then I'm gonna do damn, it's all like greasy ass picks though. It's fat.
Yeah, I mean we could just give 3 if there's a smaller card too. You don't got to give 4 or 5.
Yeah, I do this just for the heart, for pulling at the heartstrings. Straight up, we'll do Jose Aldo.
Big dog at plus 145 here.
And then we're going to do Petrino, another parlay. Petrino, Pereira, Borhau, and Bonfim.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for me, I need this bounce back week here, and I'm starting off with Joe Anderson Brito. I think he's like -1. What is it on Bet Online? Shout out to Bet Online. Y'all better sponsor us or something. What else we got? Sorry. They need to put their fights in motherfucking order. Joe Anderson Brito -150 right now at Bet Online. So we'll take Brito. We'll take Alexandro Costa at he's at -133. We'll say -135. Costa -135. We got should I throw in the grease? Give him the grease up for Joaquim Silva +135. And I'm gonna throw in the fourth play for me on a parlay. Greasy one for y'all here. We're going Bonfim. We're going Lucindo. We're going. What was the other one? Victor Petrino and Michelle Pereira. Petrino and Pereira. That's 4. Do I want to grease it up? Because I have another big favorite that I probably should throw in there that I really like. I think that's all. Oh, I'll save it for you. I'll stay off of Orball. I'll leave that one for you. But I do have it myself. So, but those are the 4 I'm gonna put in there for y'all. So I don't know if you want to give them a fourth or not, but you don't have to.
Let me do man, I don't really got a fourth one.
Yeah, it's all good.
I was gonna do like a prop, but then I was like, I don't know, maybe.
I like that one prop you had too, by the way. I might fire that.
Petrino by a knockout.
Yeah, Petrino by knockout. I'm looking at that right now. Petrino by knockout. That's a good one. I like that one.
We'll do Pantoja by submission. Okay.
Pantoja by sub. What is that pay here? Pantoja by sub. That's not a bad look either. Is +265.
Ooh, that's kind of fair.
Yeah. Erceg by sub, if you're interested, is 1,200 +1200.
That's a Gagos prop.
Yeah. Hey, shout outs to the MMA hype killer. You're coming in through and just giving that big money stuff.
Big money.
Big shots. But yeah, shout outs to y'all, man. We're gonna be another week of I feel like this is a money milking pay-per-view, but they're trying to do it in Brazil and all that. So it is what it is. At least we got fights.
No, like you said, and also it's hard coming off the 300, man. That shit was crazy. Plus, we were even there too, so it's like even worse. But yeah, man. What is it? Oh, June's gonna be on fire though. So like this is just like little build up to June, because June is gonna be lit. You got everybody's hyped off Connor's nuts. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's on Islam's nuts too. So that's all gonna be.
Tickets are too expensive out here for y'all. Anyone out there that's going to the Conor McGregor fight, bro?
Don't do it.
I mean, good for you, but also like shame on you.
Yeah. That's just crazy. Yeah, it's literally to be like maybe the last seat is probably gonna be like $800
plus fees.
No, I think after fees, maybe plus fees. Yeah, for sure, because that's what they're trying to do. Like, and like for UFC 300, prices really didn't fluctuate. The lowest and maybe like got the cheapest was maybe like $30 to $60. You know what I'm saying?
For which one?
For the one that we went to, 300.
$30 to $60 for what?
Like that's probably like the cheapest and went down. You know what I'm saying? That's even waiting like literally a day.
Oh, like how much it discounted by, not like how much the ticket costs.
Oh no, hell no. Nah, but yeah, how much money it like dropped? Like you feel me? Like from the price, like that shit really, that shit was really steady.
Yeah, because understandably, I think the only way it would have dropped is if a fight got canceled or someone didn't make weight and had to get pulled off.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this case, I mean, I think the people in Brazil are just happy to get some UFC fights too and have Brazil.
Oh no, Brazil! It's all Brazilians too. They love it. Like Brazil was like, besides Canada, Brazil was like their first hotspot. You know what I'm saying? Of like fans go crazy there. But I mean, we're gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Well, peace out. Peace, y'all. Hope y'all enjoy, and we'll cash some some money there. But till next time, smoke out.